huge honor to be able to share with you tonight and share my heart. And it is a huge honor to be able to speak with children's pastors, because in my mind, you are those ones who are the heroes of the church. You're normally the ones that work behind the scenes with that limited budget and limited staff, but you get to constantly pour into kids. And you see, people say that I've been on an amazing adventure, but I would say that you kids are being left behind because of this disease. I now know that every 14 seconds, another child joins the already 15 million children orphaned because of AIDS. And I've learned that if these 15 million children were to link hands and stretch a single line, they would go from Los Angeles to New York and back again 5.5 times. I've learned that in the next few years, this number will hit 20 million. And if 20 million kids were to link hands and stretch a single line, they would wrap around the world. You see, I've also learned that these kids are a lot like me. They have dreams and they have a purpose, but they're not getting the chance to see those dreams come true, mainly just because of where they live. But you see, tonight I don't want to focus on those statistics. I'd like to focus on 2 ideas I learned about serving. And the first idea I want to share with you is the idea that when you help change somebody else's life, it changes yours. You see, I always thought that I was helping to change the better lives of kids in Africa, but I never realized what it would do to me. You see, it's changed me. It's changed all those that have participated in Hoops of Hope. And in Acts it says that it is better to give than it is to receive. You see, I'll never be able to express what it was like to actually touch the hands of these kids. We'd worked so hard to help. I mean, sure, these kids were getting a school, or food, or clothing, or shelter, or care. But what I got, you can only get by giving. Let me show you what I mean. This is a picture of a boy named George. I actually met him at a church in Zambia, and after service, I went over to the truck we were riding in and pulled out an old soccer ball. I played soccer with George for a few minutes, and when it was actually time for us to go, I gave him that ball. I know it's pink, but it's the only one that we had left. And to be honest with you, I didn't really think that George would care what color it was. I didn't really think that giving this boy a soccer ball would matter that much. But the next day when we were at the school dedication, I saw George's mom. She had walked about 12 miles to find me, to give me this letter that George has stayed up writing for me. This letter has a picture of a boy giving another boy a soccer ball. It says, "Austin and George are friends. I love you very much." Who do you think got the most out of this? You see, George's soccer ball will lose air, it will get old and someday become useless. It's just a ball. But the joy I receive by giving, nobody can ever take away from me. In this letter that I received from George, you see, I'll remember it in the memory of his mom walking 12 miles forever. A simple act of giving changed me. I'll never be the same. I'm sure that everyone in here tonight wants the children in their ministry to be changed, to be more like Christ, to love God and have that relationship with Him, and to have a giving experience like the one I had with George. And I wish that everyone could, and they can. But first we have to step out and serve. Maybe you're sitting here tonight thinking, well, I've never received so much as a thank you from my kids, let alone a cool letter. And to be honest with you, I'm 15. I really don't know the answer to that. But I can tell you that I think that giving is a lot like one of these things. We all know what this is. It's a boomerang. I think that we've all tried to throw this thing before. You see, I've come this and I've thrown it and had it come back and smack the house, almost kill the dog, go down the street, break, get lost, you name it, it's happened to me. And you see, sometimes it comes and it drops way short. And sometimes it comes, it flies right over our heads. And sometimes we begin to wonder if this thing even works. And then sometimes it hits us right in the hands. And you see, don't you think that giving is a lot like that? You see, sometimes it doesn't come back as we have planned or as we threw it out. But we know if we throw it enough times, it will come back. And when you give, it will come back to you. And when it does come back, it's absolutely incredible. Incredible like when I met George. And when I was shooting those free throws in that gym back in 2004, I had no clue who George was. But I can tell you, when I met him, I felt like that boomerang was hitting me right in the hands. You see, serving is going to change us no matter what. It'll change your kids when they serve, and it will change you when you serve. And you see, serving, sometimes it doesn't come back in the way that we throw it out. But the idea is still true. When you help change somebody else's life, it changes yours. The second idea I would like to share with you tonight is that one word can change the world. You see, the interesting thing about kids is that we can do extraordinary things for God, but we need a little bit of help. They need someone to breathe life into them. And sometimes that can be just one word. But it's about letting your kids find their passion and then surrounding them with that support that they need to pull it off. You see, there's always room for another idea for God. Because that same God who lives, breathes, and speaks to adults is the same God that lives, breathes, and speaks. Child's idea, we may be saying no to something that God breathed into that child. One word can change the world. In my case, that word was yes. That continually heard from my parents and my children's pastors. And because of that, according to the Zambian government, we've been able to save an entire generation of Zambian children. So if you ever feel like it doesn't count or doesn't matter, know that it does. Your encouragement could mean that child will go on to be the next president, the next pastor who will lead a congregation, or the next child that will live always knowing that he has a God who loves and cares for him. You have the power to do amazing things because it counts. There's once a boy who changed the world, and he wasn't necessarily surrounded by supporters, but at least those around him, they didn't say no. They didn't have the best ideas. I think that he did. You see, their idea for a ton of armor, that was a flop. Their formations weren't very effective. But this boy didn't let the shadow of a 10-foot giant stand in his way. He let a stone fly. He let his dream fly. And he killed that 10-foot giant with a small stone. I'm sure that's a story that you've heard many times and told many more. But you see, it's a story that wasn't stopped by the thousands on the sidelines. It was a story that led a nation. And that boy grew up to lead a nation. I believe that there are Davids in your group today. Don't stop them. Breathe life into them. Encourage them. Say yes to weird ideas like killing a giant with a small stone or shooting baskets to help kids in Africa. One word can change the world. And I would encourage you to always remember that you are their hero, and you are mine as well. Please encourage them to serve. Say yes to their ideas of service. And when you do, you'll realize that these two ideas are true. When you help change somebody else's life, it changes yours. And one word can change the world. The final thought I'd like to leave you with tonight is, many times you may think that you're one person in this world. But to one person, you might be the world. Thank you.